The Kytherian fleet had been circling Earth for 72 hours, their obsidian vessels casting shadows across continents like mechanical vultures. Admiral Voss watched from the bridge of his flagship as the final human settlements flickered on his tactical display. Tiny sparks of defiance in a galaxy that had already written their obituary. "Sir, the Melbourne colony has gone dark," reported Lieutenant Torres, her voice steady despite the tremor in her hands. "That leaves only the Arctic installations and the Luna mining outposts." Voss nodded grimly. The Kytherians had been methodical in their conquest, systematically isolating human colonies across the solar system. Their technology was superior, their numbers overwhelming. What had begun as humanity's golden age of space exploration had become a desperate fight for survival in less than a decade. "Incoming transmission from the Kytherian command ship," Torres announced. The holographic display shimmered, revealing the elongated form of Executor Thane. His species bore an unsettling resemblance to humans, but stretched and refined, as if evolution had taken a different, more calculated path. His silver eyes held no malice, only the cold efficiency of someone cataloging specimens. "Admiral Voss," Thane's voice resonated through the bridge with synthetic precision. "Your species has fought admirably, but the inevitable cannot be postponed. Surrender your remaining forces, and we will ensure your people are relocated to appropriate reserves." Voss felt the weight of every human life pressing down on his shoulders. The reserves Thane mentioned were little more than zoos, where the Kytherians kept samples of conquered civilizations for study. He had seen the reports from the Centauri colonies, beings who had once reached for the stars now living behind force fields, their children born into captivity. "You seem confident, Executor," Voss replied, buying time while his mind raced through increasingly desperate options. "But humans have a tendency to surprise." Thane's expression didn't change. "Your bravado is noted but irrelevant. Our blockade is absolute. No supply ships, no reinforcements, no escape routes. You are, as you might say, cornered." The transmission ended, leaving the bridge in tense silence. Voss stared at the tactical display, watching the Kytherian ships maintain their perfect formation. They were right, every conventional route was sealed, every known hyperspace lane monitored. The blockade was flawless. But then Captain Rodriguez burst onto the bridge, her face flushed with excitement and exhaustion. "Admiral, the quantum tunneling project. It worked." Voss spun around. The experimental program had been abandoned months ago when the invasion began, deemed too dangerous and unpredictable. "Explain, Captain." "Professor Martinez's team managed to create stable micro-wormholes." Rodriguez breathed rapidly. "Not big enough for ships, but perfect for information packets. We've been in contact with the colonies beyond the Kytherian advance, the ones they haven't found yet." The implications hit Voss like a lightning bolt. "The Outer Rim settlements?" 15 colonies, sir. Hidden in asteroid fields and nebulae. They've been building a joint fleet in secret. Rodriguez's smile was fierce. "The Kytherians think they have us surrounded, but they've only found the obvious targets. Humanity scattered further than they realized." Suddenly, space around Earth erupted in brilliant flashes. Ships materialized from quantum tunnels, their hulls bearing the colors of a dozen human colonies. The hidden fleet, vessels built in the shadows of distant worlds, crewed by people the Kytherians didn't even know existed. The Kytherian formation wavered as proximity alarms screamed across their bridges. Executor Thane's perfect blockade found itself surrounded by an enemy they hadn't accounted for. The hunters had become the hunted. "This is Admiral Reyes of the Free Colonies Fleet," crackled a voice across all frequencies. "Kytherians, you are now the ones who are cornered." Voss smiled grimly as he watched the alien ships scramble to respond. Humanity's greatest strength had always been their ability to adapt, to scatter across impossible distances, and still find each other when it mattered most. The Kytherians had thought they understood their prey. They had been catastrophically wrong. The real war was just beginning.